It's late at night. I'm lying in the bed, phone in front of my face, scrolling. Someone just got into their dream university. Someone's posting vacation photos from Thailand. Someone bought a car at 20. That familiar feeling creeps in. Why am I so behind? What's wrong? Have you ever felt that? It's not just jealousy. It's deeper. It's this quiet voice that says, you're not enough. I remember when I was doing school, every time there was an important exam, I felt this knot in my stomach. Not because I hadn't studied, I had, but because I knew what was coming after. My parents asking about my grades, and I was terrified, not of the exam itself, but of the moment when I have to tell them my score and see their reaction. Because I can't remember ever getting real praise, ever when I worked as hard as I possibly could, ever when I did well by any reasonable standard. It was never you did great. It was, why wasn't it higher? What happened here? You could have done better. I learned something without anyone directly saying it. Your worth depends on your performance. And I carried that belief everywhere. I didn't know any other way, so I kept performing. I couldn't just be myself because I believed if I am not impressive, if I am not useful, if I am not perfect, people won't want me around. So I performed constantly. I thought that was normal. I thought everyone felt this way. And then I learned something in psychology that hit me hard. There's a difference between self-esteem and unconditional self-worth. And most of us confuse the two. Self-esteem is based on your abilities, your achievement. It goes up when you succeed. It crashes when you fail. It's external. It's unstable. Our world is designed to tie our worth to self-esteem. Advertising tells us our value comes from what we buy. The education system measures our worth by grades. Parents often unintentionally link love to achievement, especially in Asian families. Social media ties our value to likes, followers, and attention. So we grew up believing I am only as valuable as my last accomplishment. And when we fail or lose recognition, we feel worthless. That's what happened to me. But there's another way to see yourself. It's called unconditional self-worth. And it's completely different. Unconditional self-worth means you believe you have the right to exist. You believe you deserve love and space in this world. Not because you're perfect, not because you achieved something impressive, but simply because you're being who you are. Your worth isn't something you earn, it's something you already have. It doesn't go up when you succeed. It doesn't go down when you fail. When I first heard this, I didn't believe it. It sounds like one of those feel-good quotes that doesn't actually help. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized, what if everything I believe about my worth was wrong? What if I've been trying to earn something I already had? That question scared me because it made all those years of anxiety, all that pressure, all that hiding might have been based on a lie I learned, not a truth. So I started trying something different, not all at once, but slowly. Here's what I did. First, I started forgiving myself. I look back at all those times I beat myself up, every bad test, every awkward thing that I said, every mistake. And I asked, what was I going through back then? I was just a kid, trying my best, carrying pressure I didn't know how to handle. Why would I put so much pressure on myself? It's okay to not be perfect. So I said to myself out loud, even though it felt weird, I forgive you. Not because I became perfect, but because I realized blaming myself forever doesn't help. It just keeps me stuck. Second, I practiced self-acceptance. I stopped asking, why am I like this with frustration? And started asking, what if this is just who I am? Maybe I am not naturally top student. Maybe I'm not the loudest person in the room. Maybe I have quirks and flaws. And maybe that's okay, because the version of me that's trying to meet everyone's expectation, that's not the real me. The real me has value just by age 60. Third, I learned to stay with myself when things hurt. Before, I felt pain because of failure, rejection, disappointment. I'd either run from it by distracting myself or attack myself. You're so stupid. Why would you do that? Why can't you do better? Now I try something different. When I felt that pain, I acknowledge it. This hurt, I'm disappointed. Well, I do feel small right now. And instead of running or attacking, I put my hand on my chest. I take a breath. And then I say something I would say to my friend. You're going through something hard, but you're still here. You still matter. It sounds simple, almost too simple, but it works. Fourth, I connected with people who actually support me, not people who only value me when I'm useful, not people who need me to perform, but people who see me, really see me, and remind me you are struggling. That doesn't mean you are worthless. Low self-worth tells you, don't show me weakness, I will reject you. But the truth is, real connection happens when you stop performing, when you are vulnerable, when you show your vulnerability, not when you're trying your best to be performative. These four things didn't fix me overnight, but slowly, something changed. I stopped constantly checking, am I good enough yet? I stopped walking on eggshells, terrified that one mistake would make people leave. I started showing up as myself. Messy, imperfect, and you know what? People actually connect with that version more because everyone is tired of performing. Everyone wants to feel like they can just be themselves. Today, I'm not perfectly healed. I still have days where that old voice shows up. You're falling behind, you're not doing enough. But now I recognize it for what it is. An old belief, not a fact. I don't have to be the best, the smartest, the most impressive one to deserve to exist. I just have to be myself, and so do you. So here's what I want you to try this week. Pick one thing you've been beating yourself up about. Maybe it's your grades in school. Maybe it's something you said that keeps replaying in your head. Maybe it's how you look, how far behind you feel. And ask yourself, is my work really tied to this? Or is this just one part of my life that doesn't define all of me? Write it down. Sit with the question. Because the moment you separate who you are from what you do, everything shifts. You stop hiding. You start performing. You start living. Alright, if this resonates with you, I make videos like this every week. Real story, real psychology, real growth. If you want to keep learning together, subscribe and turn on notifications. We are offering out this. Come back to the video whenever you need a reminder. You're never not enough. You're just taught to measure yourself in a way that could never satisfy yourself. But now you know better. Much love, my friend. You are just starting to see it now. See you in the next one.